welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing FC Juárez 0, Tigres UANL in Liga MX Apertura 2024, Jornada 9, Domingo Futbolero. FC Juárez 0, Tigres UANL 1, La Liga MX Apertura, Domingo Futbolero. Tigres wins, Tigres ganar el partido. Not what you would have expected, not the way you would have expected, but they get it done. They do dominate at times throughout this game. They have a lot of possession most of the game for a lot of stretches, but damn, they couldn't finish. They definitely couldn't finish. Ibanez looked like trash all night. This was definitely a bad night for Ibanez. Linez, trash, but he never really isn't. I've never really seen him be better than passable, especially, well, since he went to Europe, but even with Tigres. Flores had a bad start. It sucks because he had a bad start, but there you go. Cordova is the hero, but we'll get there. Halftime 0-0, 0-0 medio tiempo. Most of the first half was Tigres, but there was a little spell in there where Juarez had a lot of possession. Didn't really get the ball on net. Didn't really do that at all, frankly, and have really many shots. But when it comes down to it, you look at the match and you say, you know what? Tigres should have been winning by more, or just been winning in general at the half. Their finishing was so unclinical, it was mind-boggling. The finishing that they were pushing, the chances they were pushing was so unclinical, it wasn't even funny. They played down to Juarez. For the most part, in my opinion, they played down to Juarez. In my opinion. Point blank period. Juarez is the worst team in the league, and Tigres only won 1-0. And you're telling me that this is a good win. No. They played down to them. A 1-0 win over the worst team in the league, I don't care if you're there or you're at your house. You should be winning by more. Especially with the chances you put on net, the chances you pushed forward. The fact you couldn't score more than one, and it wasn't even goalkeeper, helped. A lot of a goalkeeper finally standing on his head type situation. You suck. You're trash. Like, I don't know what's going on. Besides, it's not the only horrible game they've had. They lost to Querétaro over the midweek. Second worst team in the league up until their last two wins. But at the time, they were right with Juarez. Maybe Querétaro's a bit better because they did beat Atlas and Tigres. Maybe Paunovic's first season being good may not happen this time. Just like I'm not sure Caleb Porter will win an MLS Cup next year with the Revs. He's probably more likely gone than winning MLS Cup. But his history normally has been horrible first season, trash first season, win the Cup the second season. I don't know if that'll happen. Paunovic normally has a good first season. Never wins a trophy during them, but Chicago had a good first season. Then Chivas had a good first season. Reading had a good first season. Tigres looked like it was going to happen, but right now, I'm not so sure. Definitely not happy with the performance, though. 85th minute, Sebastian Cordova saves you from looking completely horrible and scores a goal. Gignac plays it through, rolls through the legs of Oziel Herrera. Sebastian Cordova taps it in. He is onside. They don't even look at it. They're like, you know what, we'll give you this one. It was questionable. It looked like maybe he was offside by a nose, but you know what? Give it to him. They need it. 0-1, 0-1 esta noche. That's the way it would end. 0-1, 0-1 esta noche. Tigres holds on for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more minutes. They win the match. Thank God. Frankly, thank God that they didn't do nothing stupid. Is my line. Is thank God they didn't do anything stupid. Good for you. Full-time stats are as follows. 9 shots to 17. 1 shot on goal to 5. 44% possession to 56% possession. 384 passes to 499 passes. 80% pass accuracy to 84% pass accuracy. 21 fouls to 15. 1 offside to 0. 2 yellow cards, 3. 0 yellow cards, 0 red cards to 0. 0 corners to 4. My God, I want my 90 minutes back. There's been so many crappy matches recently. I mean, seriously, there has. I mean, I want my 90 minutes back. This was boring as hell. Like, we've had a rut in general recently. Some of the matches I've watched have been horrible recently. I mean, since the international break, Jesus Christ. But seriously, Tigres, you're playing the worst team in the league. 4 points. You're top 4. You lose to frickin' Querétaro. Then you damn near draw Juárez. You win by the skin of your teeth. And maybe an offside call that was just like, hey, you know what? We'll look the other way. Like, you need this. We'll give it to you. Maybe. It was tight. It was tight. I'm not going to lie. It was tight. And you're telling me that this team is going to get better? They've struggled with the 2 worst teams. Lost to one, barely beat one. The 2 worst teams in the league at the time of when they played each other. I think the bright side is they are 3rd place now because Toluca lost to Santos. That's the bright side. That's the silver lining. You won. I think you're 3rd place now. I think that was the calculus. That Tigres would have been 3rd place if they won and Toluca didn't, which that's exactly what happened. Calculus is good for Tigres. That's the bright side. Most of this game was horrible. They played down to competition. They legitimately played down to Juárez. Like, my God. I don't know if it was because they couldn't finish. I don't know if it's because they just didn't want to play this game. I don't know if it's both. But they played down to Juárez. Juárez looked workable. Let's put it like that. They looked workable. They looked okay. They looked, oh, this team may actually have a pulse. No. Tigres just didn't give a shit, and they couldn't finish. Like, that's simple as. I am honestly pissed off of how I saw Tigres play. I am pissed off. A team that they say, oh, Paunovic was doing well up until recently. They're in the top 4. They're in the bye spots for the quarterfinals and hosting the second leg. Yeah, let me tell you something. This performance was horrible. Tigres is lucky they got out with a win. They're lucky they didn't get out of these last 2 games with 1 point. They split the difference, got 3 points. Good job. But my God, what a horrible performance. I am absolutely vexed. I am vexed by the way they performed. What is going on? Gignac isn't on. Ibanez had a horrible match. He looked horrible. Gignac didn't really do anything when he came on. Flores finally started, did nothing. Antuna got a yellow card 4 minutes on the pitch after being subbed on at the half. Didn't look too good, I didn't think. Cruz Azul was probably right to get rid of him. Cordova's a hero. Cordova's honestly probably Tigres' best player since 2022. Since that last league title, let's put it like that. Since that last league title, Cordova has been their best player. Let's put it like that. Since that last league title they won, he's been their best player. To be Apertura or Clausura 23? Yeah, Clausura 23. Yeah, so 2023, my bad. Since 2023, he's been their best player. He's their hero. He won them this game. You better kiss his feet. That, and it was questionable if he was onside. I think they could have looked at it. They didn't. Good for Cordova, though. He was in the right position. He put it away. He's clutch. He's clutch. If he wasn't, you'd have drawn this game, and it would have felt like a loss. You would have felt like that was 2 points lost instead of a point gain. So that's 3 points won. You're lucky. Chippy game, for sure. Both teams. Juárez wasn't great, but Tigres played like trash and got lucky. You can't do that against anybody else in this league. Hell, even Querétaro. So you've got some work to do. You're in a slump. You're in a rut. You got to figure it out. That's my opinion. With that being said, that's all I got to say. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a review. Not a review. A preview of the 2024 Canadian Championship Final, Vancouver Whitecaps FC versus Toronto FC. Preview and prediction. Maybe I'll also preview and predict the Campeones Cup and Open Cup Final. I may touch on that. We'll see what I do tomorrow. If I do, don't be too surprised. Tuesday, I'll be live for Antigua versus Saprissa, Central American Cup, live in review. Wednesday, I'll be live for the Campeones Cup, America versus Columbus, Columbus versus America. I'll also be live for Vancouver versus Toronto and review Vancouver versus Toronto. Thursday, I think there's some Central American Cup there. I don't know if it's one or two off the top of my head. But there you go. Friday off. Saturday, Toronto plays again. Sunday, another Domingo Futbolero. It's that simple. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.